How y'all doing today? In today's video, we're going to talk about lifestyle inflation, what lifestyle inflation is, and also how to avoid it. So I think we've all seen this before. We have a person and they work a job, and after they pay all their bills and expenses, they have no money left over. So what's the first thing they say? I need to make more money. And I agree. When we're talking about getting ahead financially and building wealth, making more money is a key component in that. So they work one job and they have no money. Now they go work another job. So they got two jobs now. And a couple months later of having two jobs, they look up and they still have no money. This is what we call lifestyle inflation. The more money you make, the more money you spend. And giving y'all a definition off of Investopedia, lifestyle inflation is the tendency for individuals to increase their spending in response to an increase in income, which can hinder their ability to save and achieve financial goals. And I see this both ways. I see it with the big purchases where every time a person get a raise or they just make more money, they go get a nicer car, they go get a nicer home. But I also see it where we have people that don't go get a nicer home and car, but they still just gradually spend more and they still have no money left over. And it just comes back to balance. What's the point in working so hard to not be able to enjoy the money and spend it on nice things sometimes? So I'm not saying don't buy nice things, but what I am saying is don't spend all your money on those nice things. If we're talking about at the end of the month, you have no money left over after your bills, that's what we call survival mode. We're drowning. Our head's not even above water. We want to be able to have breathing room. We want to be able to have money left over at the end of the month. And if you like me, and you've seen everything on Netflix, and you need something new to watch, go tap in with Apple TV. I have 3 shows for you: Severance, Presumed Innocence, and this show called Your Friends and Neighbors. I suggest this one because for one, it really is good, and for two, it goes right into what we're talking about. It's a prime example of lifestyle inflation. And when you watch it, you're going to be like, I see exactly what he's talking about now. So it just goes back to being a little bit more aware and being more strategic with your spending. I see this especially with young people. Like, we just graduate college and we get our first job where we're making some good money, and we immediately go out and buy a super duper nice car or a super duper nice apartment. And it's cool if you can genuinely afford that, but most of us can't. So it's like we're living check to check from there. And I promise you, 10 years from now, your older self is not going to care about that car, that apartment, especially if you really couldn't afford it. So now we know what lifestyle inflation is. What ways can we avoid it? And the first thing I think that can help a lot of people is tracking your income and your expenses. When we go out and make this extra money, if we can visibly see, it's gonna make it so much easier, because before we was blindly spending, so we didn't even know we was spending this much money. So now when I go make this extra money and I can see, okay, I done started buying more food, I done started buying more clothes, I'm gonna nip that in the bud. So I'm gonna show you an example real quick. We have this couple and they made $6,000 a month together. And their rent $1,500, their light bill, phone bill, all that added up $700. Their gas and stuff on the car is $300 a month, and they got, more expenses. So right now they're only able to save 8% of their money. So this, like everybody say, we gonna go make more money. So the boyfriend, he gonna go DoorDash this month, and the girlfriend, let's say she go get a part-time job. So he makes $500 this month on DoorDash, and she's making, let's say she makes $700 at the part-time job this month, take home pay. So 500, 700, that's 1,200. So right now, so they make 7,200 this month. So they went from 6,000 to 7,200. That's an extra 1,200 to play with. And like I said, we can visibly see now. So back then, that whole 1,200 would have went to more vacations, more clothes, more going out. But now we gon' we gon' we gonna put a little bit of that towards the savings and paying down on this debt, cause they know better now. So we gonna double down, and we really need to get to saving more for real, for real. So we gonna put boom. So we went from saving 8%, now we doing 20%, and we still had 300 left over. So we might take that 300, and we just might, they really we gonna spend a little bit less, but they really do like their clothes and stuff. But just off being able to visibly see, they went from being able to save any money to now they saving a little bit money, and they was able to double down on their debt. So for one, we need to be able to see our financial picture. For two, we need to have a plan for the money. So it's not just going out and making more money, but once you make that money, what you want to do with it. And we just did an example of that here. So having a plan of how you're going to distribute that money. It don't all have to go to savings and wealth building, but a good portion of it needs to, in my opinion, at least. So we definitely you need to plan out what you're going to do with that money. For three, we need to, okay, we're making more money, so now we want to increase the gap. What ways can we lower our expenses? Because I know that's not popular, but it's only going to give you more money to play with. So what ways can we cut back? So, okay, we went out and made the extra $1,200. So let's say what ways can we lower? So, okay, we're going to cut back on the light bill, and we're going to find a cheaper phone plan and a cheaper cable. So we're going to go from 700. We done save 150 right there. Boom. Alright, we've been spending 800 a month on food. Let's try to lock in. We're going to be cooking a little bit more this month. We're going to say 200 right there. Okay. We do like the ball, but let's lock in these next couple months. Like, okay, we're gonna cut back on all the clothes and traveling for a little minute. We're gonna save 5. We're gonna cut back. Oh, not 11,000. Oh Lord. Boom. So just like that, we was able to save another $900. So if you look at it, we was able to make 1,200 more, and we was able to save 900 more. That's a $2,000 difference. You get what I'm saying? So not only focusing on making more money, but seeing what ways can you cut back on your expenses as well, because it's only going to give you more money to play with. This is a good problem to have. Like, we have $900 and we don't even know what to do with. That's a great problem to have. So, for one, being able to see a picture. For two, what did I say for two? I forgot that fast. For two, having a plan. And three, what ways can we cut back on our expenses? And I remember one thing that used to help me when I was younger is I got introduced to what we call a spending vice. Usually the definition of a vice is like a bad habit, but when it comes to money, I guess you could say a spending vice is like stuff that we really, really like. So let's say if you really, really want that nice car, and you then did your due diligence, and you can somewhat afford it, go get it. So you got the nice car, but you might stay in a regular apartment. So we ain't gotta do everything big, but we do what we like big. Or let's say you like to travel and you really, really like the luxury hotels. Go stay in the luxury hotel, but you might go economy on the plane. So that way, it ain't where we having to do everything big and we can't really afford it. But we did get the thing that we really, really like. That's what we call a spending vice. So now, when it comes to like lifestyle inflation, we've all either experienced it ourselves or we've seen it, but now we know. So next time when we go out and make this money, we gonna know, I gotta have a plan for this. I ain't gonna blow out the money this time. But that's all I got for y'all today. Today we talked about lifestyle inflation, what it is, and also how to avoid it. If y'all have any questions, please reach out to me. Y'all stay blessed.